So here are 3 mistakes that are blocking many of your manifestations and you're like, why are they not landing? Well, here's why. Before I dive into today's video, welcome. If you are new here, welcome to Manifest with Lindsay. And if you are returning, welcome back. The first mistake I often see are people chasing and forcing versus attracting and flowing. There's someone, for example, who was in the DMs and they're like, oh, I heard this person who's this celebrity marketing guy talk about how you should send a bunch of DMs to people to pitch your services. And I said, well, that's actually very annoying and it's such a turnoff. So you think you have to work harder, you think you have to chase more, you keep DMing a bunch of people, or maybe you're holding on to this client who is not aligned with you because you keep forcing opportunities and pushing yourself to do things that are not aligned. That's the reason why the manifestations do not land. They do not land by you working harder. They do not land by you forcing things to happen that are not meant for you. That actually blocks the manifestations more than anything. A lot of us think that by forcing or pushing things more is how we're going to get things. So chasing after something is not going to get you there any faster than it would anything else. Clients will come and find you through your content, through your dedication to communicating and building an engaged community. I have never once sent a DM to any of my clients saying, hey, here's my services, do you need them? When people know how to get access to something, they ask. Now it's different. If someone put up an ad online and it fits the description of what you're looking for, you can contact that person because they wanted to be contacted. But just infiltrating someone's direct messages and trying to force your products and services is why people run away from you and say, I want nothing to do with you. So just keep that in the back of your mind, whether you're trying to attract money, whether you're trying to attract the love of your life, anything, a car, it doesn't matter what it is. Get more descriptive. For example, if you say, I want a Jeep Wrangler, I want it to be a lime green, and I want it to look like this, and I want it to feel like this, then what year is the model? You're going to then start seeing more of those cars and you're going to keep trusting the process. You're going to keep saving your money. And out of nowhere, I've heard of people telling stories about how a friend bought the car that they wanted and then they ended up giving it to their friend because they're like, I actually really wanted this car, and they got a free car. So again, the things that you want, you don't have to work so hard for. You just have to plan for them and remind yourself, this is what I want. And then you combine the practical with the spiritual. You start saving up your money. You keep doing your thing. You're not worried about it. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to get this car. Take a picture of the car. Set it as your screensaver. Like, these are the things you can start doing today and then just move on with your life. Second thing that actually holds back a lot of manifestations is chaos of the mind. So when you're overthinking and then you start down spiraling saying, oh, I didn't get it. And now you start panicking and your brain goes into that panic mode. Even the way that you treat other people around you, whether it's your family members, whether it's your friends, whether it's strangers out on the street, the universe does not respond to chaos. It responds to calm and peace and order. Being able to hold peace in spite of what chaos is going on around you is very important. So learn to embrace and embody peace. There's a reason why monks used to sit in the temples and meditate for hours and hours at a time. There's a reason why Buddhists do that. There's a reason why even in the Christian faith, Jesus or Muslims say that Jesus would go up to the mountain and just meditate. There's a reason why every religion in the world talks about taking time in stillness, and every leader, no matter what religion or denomination you are, focuses on silence and stillness and peace. You have to hold peace despite the chaos. There are people who are going to do real crazy things around you, and you could either react or you could choose to respond or choose not to respond. But at the end of the day, reacting is only leading to more chaos and more problems in your life. It's only leading to higher blood pressure, and it's only leading to you lacking more of the abundance that you really want to receive. So when chaotic things happen around you, like for example, maybe the line is really long in a store and you're annoyed and you're like, oh my goodness, how come y'all ain't got a manager? Take time, go on your phone, play a game. Take time, make sure you have a bag with you, put all your items in a bag, hold them, and wait patiently for that line to move. You're not moving the line any faster by complaining about how long the line is, how there's only 2 workers there. Now you're putting pressure on that worker, which is, again, emitting this angry energy. You don't need to create more chaos when there is already chaos in this world. There are people who, for example, are gossipers. If you continue engaging in that gossip with those people, you are actually blocking your own blessings because you're talking about that person instead of saying, hey, have you spoken to that person? Don't engage in gossip. Don't engage in petty behavior. The third main mistake I would say are words and actions. So for example, if you're like, I want to attract this man and I want him to have this and have that, but then You sit there and you talk to your friend at dinner or at brunch and you're like, all men are dogs. They all the same. They're playing these people. Well, you're showing what your hidden beliefs are, is that all men are dogs, and that's why you're not attracting the man of your dreams, because that's your hidden belief and that's what you choose to continue speaking outside in your life. Now, every man is different, just like every woman is different. Every person is an individual. Every person is different and unique. So lumping everybody together, making generalizations, saying things like, and I used to even do this, I'll throw myself under the bus. One of the things I would always say was, all politicians are evil. Yes, there are a lot of politicians who are. That is true. There's a lot of corruption. However, there are good people in every single space. So just because you believe that something is true does not make it true. So your reticular activating system plays a huge role in whether or not you receive the manifestations that you want. So what is your reticular activating system? It's a part of your mind that may keep you stuck because it can validate your beliefs. So your reticular activating system begins to look for other instances that prove your beliefs to be true. But perception is not reality. So you have to remind yourself, just because that person did that doesn't mean that every person who is similar will do that. There are people who we lump together, or generalizations we make like, man, I knew it was going to rain today, because you always expect bad weather. Now, if you live in Seattle, expect rain, right? But you have to begin to shift your focus on what it is that you actually want. You have to say, there are good men out there, and I can't wait to meet whoever my king is out here in this world. Or you can say, oh, well, plenty of people have lost weight. Let me look for instances that disprove this belief that I have. Find ways to disprove the things that you hold in your heart, because there are a lot of people out here who are doing good work. And you can't assume that, oh, I can't get my manifestation because of this. Oh, the economy's so bad. You keep saying things like that, but then you want to attract more money. Oh, this is too expensive, but then you want to attract more money. What you're really saying is, oh, God, I can't afford it. You know, God, universe, source, whatever you want to say. Oh, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. No, start changing your words and say, I'm not going to invest in that at this time. Or that's not the price I would pay for that. That's what you can say. But saying this is too expensive means you're broke. There are a lot of wealthy people who would never say this is too expensive. They would just say, I'm not going to invest in that, or I'm not spending my money on that, or that's not what I think that is worth. It's not the same as saying something is too expensive, because now you're saying, oh, I'm rich and I'm a money magnet, and all those affirmations actually go out the window and you actually shot yourself in the foot. So those are the three main mistakes that I tend to see that block manifestations from happening. And thank you so much for watching my channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I have a lot more videos like this teaching you how you can manifest more of the things that you want and less of the things that you don't. I'll see you next time. Peace. I'm gonna start deleting a lot of these timers, because like, what the hell are they even all doing here? And there's one for an hour and 9 minutes. Like, I never said that. An hour. What the hell? All right, now I'm done at least. That's a wrap. And that's a wrap. Thanks for supporting my channel. All right, now let's get into it. So, how to hold a piece even, okay. Chasing, forcing. Okay. So the first mistake I often see are people, let's get to number 2. Oops, I don't know if I hit my mic. So a lot of us think that, holding peace in spite of chaos, okay, kind of, so making generalization. Ooh, there's something I wanted to hit on. There can be sunny days. Okay, let me wrap this video up. Okay.